2020 is the year of disruption. The year of disruption. Just when we were all gearing for the new decade, 2020 disrupted our plans big time. We saw our lives and everything else come to a halt. Institutions were invincible all came crashing in just a few months or even weeks. The coronavirus, the unseen has invaded our lives, breaking down everything that we held onto, everything that was precious to us. The lives that we had carefully built over the years were torn to pieces in just a snap of a finger. Uncertainty filled the air, panic drove our anxiety, while hopelessness pervaded our hearts. We wondered, what does tomorrow hold for us? Our lives may have been disrupted, but we are still standing nonetheless. This pandemic may have brought us to our knees, but it has also made us stronger than we have ever been. And it is paving the way for our transformation, because 2020 is the year of new beginnings. It is the year where the slate has been wiped clean so we can all have a fresh start. It is time that we let go of the old so we can move forward with the new. This is the year where we allow ourselves to transform into the best version of ourselves. This is the year where we transcend our limitations and go beyond borders. It is the time when Voice Acting Academy transcends boundaries and goes global with the Certified Voice Artist Program. Because 2020 is the year of co-creation. It is the time where we acknowledge that we are not living as islands, but rather are part of a greater whole. This is the year where we have to accept the need to collaborate in order to move forward. The time is ripe to finally cultivate a safe space for both aspiring and experienced voice artists, where they can be nurtured and guided to live their fullest potentials. It is the year where we finally cultivate a new global community that promotes a culture of giving, loving, and sharing, because 2020 is the year of becoming. It is the time that we recognize the greatness of our potentials and finally step up to our higher calling to become voice artists who use their God-given talents to inspire, influence, and empower. This is the year when the Voice Acting Academy becomes a global community of voice artists who will use their skills to make the world a better place, one voice at a time. Voice acting is the art of becoming. I become. I believe. I am. Learn voice artistry only from the best. Join the Certified Voice Artist Program and learn the fundamental skills required of a voice artist. Voice variations. The Voice Master's formula for creating character voices, personal branding, and so much more. Study and collaborate with a global community of like-minded voice artists committed to using their voices to create positive social change. Visit www.certifiedvoiceartist.com for more information and to register.
Ayan. Hello?
Hello!
Oopsie. There you go.
There!
Hello, good evening to everyone who's watching us tonight. Tonight's going to be very exciting because we have a very special guest. And before we go to that, syempre, like to give you guys a recap din kung ano na nga ba yung nangyari sa atin last week, di ba, Brian? Kasi kakabalik lang
Yes,
natin
yes.
ulit. Ayan. Ayan. So last week, so 2 weeks ago, we had of course MA Buendia na isa naman talagang very, very inspiring speaker, and he is a podcaster as well, a content creator. Very known siya on Spotify, YouTube as well. And we are very happy to have him here in our Prompt Talk. Of Prompt Talk. Of course, thank you so much to Sir Pochola de Leon Gonzalez for, of course, connecting us to him. Kasi hindi naman din yun magiging posible without, of course, our voice master, Sir Pochola. And, ayun nga, good evening to everyone. I am Kate De Vera, Delegate Voice. And with me, of course,
I am Brian Perez, your Brian voice. And we are your host for tonight. Diba? Maligayang pagbabalik sa amin dito sa Prompt Talk para sa aming episode number 8.
yes, and remind ko lang to all the viewers, please comment your thoughts later on kasi magiging very engaging din naman yung ating discussion. And greet us then. Let us know your thoughts, comment, react kayo, heart, wow, ganyan.
Yes.
And share nyo na rin with your friends para mas masaya tayo dito sa Prompt Talk. Chill lang naman, pero we'll make sure na you will learn a lot from this episode. And speaking of Brian, can you talk us through then our topic tonight?
Okay, so our topic for tonight is braving through the pandemic. So, as we know, this pandemic halted many activities in our lives. Diba? Ang daming problema, ang daming mga naudlot na mga gawain at mga plano before. But in the early stages of strict quarantine guidance in the Philippines, people's movements were limited and mass gatherings have been prohibited to minimize the spread of the virus. And until now, we experience this kind of quarantine procedures and guidelines para mas maging safe tayo at malayo tayo sa virus. So keeping this in mind, the impacts of COVID-19 on the events industry alone are far too great. Napakalaking kabawasan to at napakalaking
Yes.
epekto nito sa buhay ng mga nasa event coordination, ayan, ako nakaka-relate din ako dito eh. And the industry is
Ooh.
expected to face more challenges when it comes to coping with social distancing and a lot of new things with the new normal. So,
Oo nga, tama yon, Brian. Yes.
so dito sa nangyayari sa atin ngayon, marami tayong mga hindi na nagawa or hindi magagawa katulad nung dati. That's why that's the topic for this night for our episode number 8, 'di ba? Ang manatiling matatag kahit na we experience this pandemic in terms of in the business, sa passion natin kasi sa events kasi this is also the passion yung magpupursige sa'yo at magpapatuloy sa'yo sa paggawa at pag-organize ng mga events is your passion and your masasabi nating bukasyon kasi ito na talaga yung gusto natin from the very start.
Ayun, tama, Brian. And kung maaalala mo, no, before pandemic, then mapapansin mo, events industry sa top, matao siya. So, sobrang maapektuhan din talaga ngayong pandemic kasi, social distancing, ganyan. And, ayun nga, speaking of safety, yung mga weddings, exhibitions, movie premieres, and so many more events have been canceled and postponed throughout the year. And later on, we have a speaker who can talk us through this topic na mas marami pa tayo matututunan about this. Pero ano pa nga ba yung mga observations natin about the events industry, how it is braving through the pandemic? So of course, we have your first. Brian, please go ahead.
Okay, we have here 3. So number 1 is the event postponements and cancellation. So as we may know, 'di ba, sabi nga kanina, meron tayong mga planado ng mga gawain, ng mga events before na hindi natutupad or hindi na pwede nating gawin ngayon. So syempre bigay ako ng example. So I am the president of our school before way back when I was in senior high school. So that's last school year. So dahil president, sa amin kasi kapag president, ikaw yung isa sa mga abala sa preparation for the graduation because you're the representative of the class. So dahil nga gusto ko maging maayos yung graduation namin, gusto ko maging maayos yung last day namin sa school as a student, as a senior high school student. We prepared earlier. So yung sash namin, yung graduation picture namin is nagawa namin siya ng mas maaga sa inaasahan para mas mabilis namin siyang makuha. So nagplano kami early December 2019, we planned for our graduation para pagdating ng peak na talaga ng practice, hindi kami masyado mahihirapan at planado. Yes. And even nakapagpa-conduct pa kami ng graduation song competition kasi nga gusto ko maganda sana yung maging kanta namin as a graduates. So hindi siya natuloy pero sabi nga marami talagang process na mangyayari at meron pa rin talagang pwede ka pang gawin. Kaya we conducted our graduation online. Medyo matagal nga lang siya kasi the graduates is more than 1,200. Kaya inisa-isa pa yun sa PowerPoint. Yes, ganun kami kadami. Grade 12 pa lang yun, di ba? Pero that's okay lang naman. Ikaw ba partner? You experience this kind of situation din ba before?
Well, kasi active ako before, gaya mo sa school, pero usually naman yung mga events namin is offline. So, mabuti ngayon, nakakapag-explore tayo na how we maximize these platforms. So, with of course the help of VG8, I was exposed to this digital stuff, and now nakapag-transition ako from offline events to this kinds of events para nahon yung skills ko na kapag webinars, ganyan. And it's great. One thing na notice ko is yun nga, tama na we have to prepare then and we have to consider yung mga challenges kasi with, of course, internet, hindi lahat may good internet connection. At syempre, since everything is new, lahat tayo nag-a-adjust, hindi mo ma-expect, syempre, ma-expect mo din talaga na may mga problems na mag-a-arise din along the way. So, yun naman din yung isa sa mga napansin ko.
Ayun. So, dagdag ko lang, no, nung kasagsagan yung simula ng pandemic is naging maingay sa social media, lalo na sa Facebook, yung pagpapalit ng frame ng mga nasa industry ng ganito, ng photography, ng styling, ng coordination. Meron ata silang group sa Philippines na magkakasama sila doon. Tapos halos lahat sila nagpalit ng frame. Why? Kasi nga maraming nawala ng trabaho. Maraming, syempre, kapag kunyari nasa styling ka, madami kayo dyang team dahil buong events place yung de-designan nyo. So marami kang makakasama. So yung mga ganong mga bagay na umaasa sa iyo yung tao kasi dati di ba, ang dami yung racket, ang dami yung project, pero nung simula ng pandemic nawalan. So wala silang ibang makuhanan ng panghanap buhay. Kaya ayun, hindi nila alam kung saan sila kukuha kasi wala na silang source of income.
Yes, lalo na yung mga startup din, lalo na kasi hindi lahat din sila merong mga enough resources para makapag-transition din sa new normal setup. So, pero good thing, ngayon, konting adjustments na rin nagagawa, nakapag-transition na rin. So, hopefully, lahat maging okay na rin soon. Sana, ayan. Mag-hope tayo for the best. Pero, ayun, speaking of job losses, meron din yung mga nababankrupt na companies din, hindi yan mawawala. But then again, we are looking forward na siguro by the end of the year or siguro early next year, everything will be okay for the events industry.
Hopefully,
now we move on to the next one, which is of course we have here the new safety precautions.
Okay. Dahil nga ang Pilipino ay talagang maabilidad at flexible talaga yung Pilipino, nakakahanap talaga ng mga paraan yan. So, sa ngayon, marami na ring mga tao or mga coordinator, mga freelancer na nakakuha ulit ng project ngayon. Kasi before, di ba, bawal ikasal. Bawal muna ikasal kasi nga pandemic. So, hindi muna na-cancel yung mga kasal. Tapos, ang nangyari, pwede na siya, pero limited lang yung tao na nasa simbahan. yung parents, yan, mga ganyan lang. Kumbaga, bilang lang talaga ang pwedeng umattend and even sa
May
reception. So,
limitations, yes.
dahil nga doon, at least, yung nga sabi ng iba at least matuloy kesa hindi. Kahit kaunti lang yan, at least we celebrate. Ang mahalaga doon is yung, for example, sa kasal, makasal kami at maging legal kami na mag-asawa. Something like that. Na yung iba okay lang na konti lang, that we have limited attendees for a certain event. So for example, yung kung dati 200, 300, ngayon nasa 50, 60, ganyan lang yung bilang na
Yes.
layo-layo talaga sa table na akala mo meron kayong one seat apart talaga ang nangyayari.
Oo. Ayun. Bukod siya, no,
Ikaw
Brian,
ba,
meron din
partner,
yung mga,
naka-attend ka na ba sa
yes,
ganyan?
yung new normal
Naka-attend ka na ba
setup?
sa,
Hindi
sa new
pa.
normal
Hindi
setup?
pa ako
Hindi pa rin ako eh.
nakaka-attend.
Pero may mga
Oo.
kakilala ko na nakaka-attend or meron na silang project. May mga kakilala ko dito sa Bataan na meron na silang project. And as far as I can see, okay naman, nakakabangon sila. Yung design nila, ganun pa din. Pero mapapansin mo talaga sa upuan, layo-layo talaga. Dahil nga sa
Mm-mm.
procedures and health protocols na kailangan gawin.
Yes. And I think part of the, ayun nga, yung new normal setup is of course yung mga required health procedures. I'm not very familiar dun sa mga specific na requirements kapag nag events ka nowadays. Pero I think one of the best things na kailangan mong siguraduhin ay negative ka. 'Di ba? Yun naman talaga, nakapagpa-swab test ka, ganyan. Pero I'm not very particular or I'm not very sure about the specific guidelines. Maybe we can discuss yan later on and ask our guest tonight. And
Yes. At saka
another
ngayon,
thing,
partner,
yes,
dagdag ko lang, napapansin
go.
ko, yung mga souvenirs nila ngayon is for for safety na. Alcohol, mask.
Oh,
Nakikita ko minsan yung iba, ganun na yung sinisouvenir nila. Kasi nga, o nga naman, pandemic, ano ba yung kailangan natin? Siyempre yung mga alcohol, yung mask,
essentials.
sanitizers, face mask. Ayan yung mga binibigay na nila sa mga uma-attend sa kanila.
Cute. Ang cute, no, na may mga ganong preference yung mga ibang clients ng events industry. Sobrang nice. Now, we move on to our third, of course, the shift to online events, which we were talking about earlier. So, may mga events na rin kasi na, yung iba, di ba, ang ginagawa nila yung mga social distancing sa events. Pero, meron ako na pag-attenda na webinar din. They discuss, may clients sila for the wedding na they opted na ganapin yung kasal online. Pero hindi ko rin sure paano siya nagawa successfully, pero it's something unique and memorable din for the couple kasi 'di ba kakaiba 'yon. So parang new normal wedding ganyan. Ang cool.
Parang hindi ko nakita yan, pero siguro ayun, gusto lang talaga nilang maging safe ang lahat at hindi talaga magkaroon ng sakit at ma-positive dito sa COVID-19 virus. Pero at least they tried na yung kakaiba yung form nila kung paano sila ikasal. Pero ayun nga, katulad nga ng sinabi mo, yung shift natin to online events, just like our seminars. Yung iba, nag-physical pa rin, pero ano yung nun, umuunti yung uma-attend sa'yo. So, and
Mm-mm.
even, di ba, and even sa Congress, di ba, dati lahat sila punong-puno yung Congress doon. But now,
Yes.
they prefer na gamitin yung dalawang proseso. The physical, merong mga nasa loob na social distancing, and yung the rest is naka-Zoom. So, at least, andun pa din sila na nagamit at na-utilize pa rin nila yung paggamit ng technology through their ginagawa, lalo na kapag gumagawa sila ng mga batas at mga resolutions.
Yun din naman talaga yung importante. Dapat magaling ka rin sa technology or very familiar ka rin on how to operate things online. Kasi nga, we're going digital this time. And hindi lang naman yung mga like the traditional events. Meron din naman tayo mga seminars, symposiums, na workshops na kung dati, umaattend pa tayo ng mga theaters or pumupunta pa tayo sa isang place just to meet the speakers. Ngayon, very easy na for us to connect to them kasi nga may mga free webinars, may mga paid webinars, pero ang kagandahan nun, mas madali mo na lang na parang napapag-usapan. Gaya nga ng Certified Voice Artist Program, di ba? Hindi mo
Yes.
akalain yung workshop na yun ay magiging productive. So, something na sana ma-experience din lahat ng nag-aspire to become voice-over artist, di ba? Certified voice
Kasi di
artist.
ba dati, yung mga tiga Mindanao, tiga Visayas, lilipad pa sila ng Manila, pupunta pa sila ng Makati to
Yes!
attend.
Oo!
Pero ngayon, and even USA, nakakaabot tayo, 'di ba? Meron tayong mga
Students na international.
bosses at students na international. Yun talaga yung nagagawa ng ng online. Nakakarating ka sa ibang bansa nang hindi mo
Mm.
nalalaman. Basta attend ka lang ng mga webinars and symposiums.
O, tingnan mo, nakarating ka na dyan saan ba
Yes,
yan?
sa Las Casas. At dito maganda partner
Oh.
kapag napunta kayo dito sa Bataan. Actually, dapat ito yung isa sa mga hindi natuloy naming plano. Dapat pupunta kami dito, magbabanding kami ng mga kaibigan ko. Hindi nga sana nung bakasyon. Parang namin ng graduation. Pero ayan, hindi natuloy.
Okay lang, nandyan ka naman
Yes, andito naman ako.
Nauna ka, ganun.
Oo.
Anyway.
Mamaya magpapalit yan.
Gusto ko yung change of scenery. Ayun na nga. So, now that you learned, siguro mga konting, ano lang naman yon, mga things now we've observed, especially now during the pandemic. Of course, we will learn a lot later on dahil you will meet now our speaker. Are you excited to meet her? I'm sure you're
Yes,
all
of
excited. Ako
course.
excited na. Ayun.
Okay. So talaga napaka-blessed natin to have our speaker for today. O, 'di ba? Kasabi niya nga lang kanina, tinapos niya na yung pagbe-bake niya at paggawa niya ng mga products niya before she attend here sa PrompTalk. So sino nga ba ang ating guest for this day or this night? So our guest is a professional host, the owner of the Fedici.ph, kung tama pagkakapikas ko, and Moments and Milestones events by Fiona and Faye. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our guest for this night, Miss Muriel Faye Acaba.
Hello!
Hello.
Hi!
Hi, Miss Faye. Good evening.
Good evening! Good evening, Kate. Good evening, Brian. Thank you so much for having me here at PrompTalk. So, yes. Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Miss Faye. Thank you so much for saying yes to us. We're very happy that you're here sa aming show na PrompTalk, where we think and go beyond trends. And are you
Yeah.
ready to answer our questions? Pero
I
bago
am very
lahat,
much ready, but yes.
yes, gusto ka namin kamustahin. How are you?
Okay, so as I mentioned, backstage, I finished all the baking. It's going to be a major delivery tomorrow before I actually sat down and talked to you guys. And it's been a very busy day, jam-packed talaga. We've had meetings online and even physical meetings that we'll also discuss later on because narinig ko talaga yung mga discussions nyo. And I would like to share also a lot of things to you guys. I've been very happy about your observations, about everything that you said earlier. So yes, we're good and we are excited for this segment.
Okay,
Alright.
go ahead, Brian. I think you have the first question.
Okay, so syempre kami po, Miss Faye, napaka-excited namin sa mangyayari ngayon. And wag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Let's proceed to the
Okay,
first
go.
question. So, first question. How were you introduced to hosting or events management?
Okay, so I really started my hosting, like the big one. I guess it was 2012 in LaSalle, the CLACGA. And that was my first time. It was one of the biggest crowds that I've ever had. And I have always been a risk taker. So nung nagpa-audition, I just told myself that I'm going to do it. And let's see the stage and the audience will like how I speak, if I will be engaging enough. And it started everything. I auditioned again for the next event. And almost lahat ng events nandoon na ako, kahit sa ang college, kahit sa ang general assemblies. I loved it a lot. So the LaSalle University Dasmariñas has always been the biggest stage for me. It has been my playground. Doon ako natuto, all the mistakes, and who I am right now, the confidence. LaSalle helped me build it. So si LaSalle talaga ang nag-introduce sa akin to hosting.
Ayun. Alam mo, Brian, kung masha-share ko lang, kasi nung
Ah,
fresh
yeah.
ako, since first time kong um, maging student sa Lasal, fresh nga. Tapos, ayun, nakita ko si Ate Faye na mag-host. Tapos, siya talaga yung isa sa mga nakakuha ng attention ko. So, wala akong pakialam dun sa orientation. Nakikinig lang talaga ako sa kanya mag-host. Tapos, amazed na amazed ako. Siya yung isa sa mga magagaling na host sa DLSUD. And nilolook up ko
Thank
talaga siya.
you.
Sobrang galing niya talaga mag-host. I mean, even yung mga nag-events host, yung mga student na nag-host din sa DLSUD, kilalang kilala siya. Kahit yung mga organizations. Speaking of, may nag-comment na isa rin nag-host sa DLSUD. Ayan, si Kuya JC. Hello, Kuya JC.
Hi,
Ayan.
JC.
Hello po. Thank you
Hello
for
po.
watching. Ayun.
Yun.
So, Ate Faye, oh my God. So DLSUD talaga. I thought before kasi
Mm-mm.
you had workshops for hosting because of how great you are in terms of, presenting yourself sa stage. And it was really nice na
Yeah.
ganun pala yung start mo.
Oh, I haven't really been in a workshop. I have been meaning to, pero the schedule always won't permit. Kasi, we've been very busy with the events, with the meetings pa lang, it's really dreadful. And so hindi pa talaga ako nakaka-attend ng workshop. And, to add lang, so I started in LaSalle, and lahat nga halos ng events talaga pinupuntahan ko, that there would be professors na nagagalit na kasi, Faye, nag-host ka na naman. Di ba? Parang, hindi ka umattend ng klase, nag-host ka, wag niyo akong gayahan. But, I knew from then that I was for it. Like, it was my moment that I have to really hone myself, really hone my talent, and build the confidence that I need to have outside, outside the university. So sabi ko talaga noon sa mga professors ko, they were very understanding of me na this is what I really want to do. I really want to be speaking in front of a lot of people. And every chance I get talaga na magsalita, I really take it. Kahit pa sabihin mo that it's actually tedious kasi magpe-prepare ka, you have to check on your outfit, you have to, alam mo yon, read your scripts. And so sabi ko talaga, this is where I see myself outside the four corners of the university. And I know that, alam mo yon, kailangan kong aralin lahat ngayon, that when I go out, pagkasabayan ko na yung mga professional hosts, I would be geared enough para dito sa mundo na papasukan ko. So I really, really fought for it. I really, really fought for where I am right now. Kasi everybody told me, honestly guys, everybody told me, saan ka naman dadali ng hosting? It's just gonna be dito sa school. After that, you have to find your job. You have to, alam mo yun, you have to be an employee. You have to, and I really didn't think that masama yun, di ba? Okay, I will be an employee, pero let me try. Let me try. I just really want to try. And let's see where this determination bring me. And this is where it brought me. So yes, you really have to fight for your dreams. Okay.
We can all agree to that, no? Kapag passion mo talaga, it shows din sa performance mo on stage. And
Yeah.
ko lang din, Miss Faye, pakita
Mm.
tong performance, no? Kasi ang dami nag-greet sa'yo. Ito,
Really?
ito from Bien. Ayan, event in LaSalle is not the same without Faye as a host. Tama yon.
Sa
Ito, from
totoo
Jazz
lang, ayan.
naman.
Okay.
Yes? Sige, go ahead, Miss Faye.
Okay, si Rabian talaga binayaran ko siya para mag-comment. Sabi ko mag-comment ka ng maganda, Rabian, ha? Titignan ko talaga yan. Actually, 7 p.m. pa lang nakatutok na si Rabian. Kasi sabi ko, ikaw ang dapat unang mag-comment. So, thank you very much, Rabian. Okay.
Yung pala yun.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, ito po, going back. Ito, from Jazz naman, I first saw you hosting during our Frosh Days. Agree ako with Kate kasi during the orientation, sobrang na-hook kami with your hosting skills. Super natural and entertaining.
Thank you, Jazz.
And ito, from Kuya JC din, grabe, isa rin sa mga tinitingala ko sa hosting si Ate Faye. Sadly, never got a chance to host with you back in college, but who knows what the future holds. Hindi naman malabong mangyari yon. Pareho naman
Oo.
kayong sobrang gagaling sa inyong field niya. So we're all looking forward to that. Now,
Amen.
Okay, for our next question naman po.
Go.
Since na-mention niyo yung beginning niyo or yung paano kayo nag-start, ano naman yung mga
Mhm.
most memorable or parang inspiring events you've hosted?
Okay. So, every event that I host talaga, I bring with me the lessons, no? Guys, this is very important advice I can say, no? Being a host, feeling nila, it's always knowing what to say, right? Kasi you're
Mm.
supposed to say a lot of things. But honestly, being a host is knowing how to listen and when not to talk. Kasi, from listening, you learn a lot. Okay, so now, one of my biggest milestones in hosting, as I told you earlier, I have fought for it. So, nung nag-host na ako sa Lasal and I feel like I was already, feeling ko I am already geared for the events outside, like weddings, debut celebrations. I started with my rate of 2,500, if I'm not mistaken, 2,500 pesos. And siguro mga, noon pa yan eh, siguro mga 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now, there's this one wedding na everybody was already telling me na, "Hoy, hindi ka na 2,500, taasan mo na yan kasi you already have learned a lot, professional ka na, then kailangan talaga medyo mag-level up na." But I know for a fact that when you are starting, you are basically gaining all the experiences that you need to gain, di ba? So sabi ko, even my parents were actually telling me na, sige na, kailangan magtaas na yan because if you are basically doing it as your profession, trabaho mo talaga, then you should be earning from it, which is true. Honestly, after that, I have thought of it, tataasan ko ba? Parang kakilala ko naman talaga siya. So, I prayed for it. Lord, willing na ba ako magtaas ng rates? Will people buy my service or avail of my service? And then I said, na okay, this is going to be the last time that I will be giving the 2,500. It was a long time ago. I was young. In that wedding, nagbago na lahat because doon ko nakilala yung account executive ng one of the biggest events places in Tagaytay, which is the Fernwood Gardens, Tagaytay. And nakilala ko siya, so sabi niya, Faye, I am Avril. Hi, Miss Avril, kung mapapanood mo to. Sabi niya, I would like to get your details kasi I see you host. Feeling ko talaga perfect ka for more weddings, for bigger weddings. And so bigay ko yung number mo, contact mo ko. Okay. So, nung kinontak niya ako and we talked, after nun, my rate jumped from 2,500 pesos to 10,000 pesos. So, from there, 10,000 pesos na every wedding that I attend to. So, the last chances that you give in your life, di ba, brings you talaga closer to your breakthroughs eh. So sabi ko, kung tinaasan ko yung rate na yon, and then the client said, sorry, hindi ko na kaya. Kasi ito lang talaga yung napag-usapan natin. And it's not so much of a loss for me. Kasi okay, I guess I will be available for that event, di ba? Or for that day. And pwede pa akong tumanggap pa ng ibang events. So, hindi, sabi ko no. I will be true to my commitment and give whatever we have agreed upon. So from 2,500, naging 10,000 pesos na ang aking hosting services. So it's really one of the most memorable for me that I will always be sharing. Because honestly, guys, people think, no, that when you are starting, ang pinakamalaking, I can't say pagkakamali eh, ang pinakamalaking expectations talaga ng mga nagsa-start dito sa industry na to is, okay, malaki yung bayad. There would be a lot of money and it will really make your bank account fat. But before it will make your bank account fat, you really have to go through a lot. Kailangan mo talaga munang matuto. And you have to be, talagang magbibigay ka, mag-i-invest ka. And this is where it brought me. Yung pagiging generous natin, sa clients and our commitment, this is where it brought us. So, yun.
Oh, grabe.
Wow.
Diba?
Nakaka-inspire, no, Brian? Sana all
Yes,
naman
ang
talaga.
laki nun. Parehas
Grabe
tayo
yung
na,
job.
na expression kanina.
Oo.
Okay.
Ate Faye, how important it is to build connections when you're in the events industry?
Connection is very important because it will give you one event talaga, two events, isang kakilala mo
Mhm.
lang na, for example, lights and sounds, it will refer you, di ba, if you are giving talaga a good service to everyone. Connection is not just really about benefiting from the other person, from other suppliers, but connection allows you as well to channel your help. Tama ba? Parang your connections isn't just really about getting and taking, you know. Connections sometimes give you more reasons to help. Now that we have seen the pandemic and kung gaano siya naging malupit para sa events industry, the connections that we had will not really bring us so much. The connections that we have actually allow us to help. Kasi nakilala natin talaga na um, I have seen how resilient and pliable the people from the events industry are. Alam mo yon, from
Mhm.
taking photos before, yung pinakamagagaling na photographer, turn to become cook, sila yung alam mo yon, nagtitinda sila, and they made money out of it. It may be not that much from what they used to be having, but they made money out of it. And ikaw, ang connection mo sa kanila is actually buying whatever they are selling. Diba? And in return, when I started with the business that I have right now, the new business, they also buy what I sell. So alam mo yon, it's really a give and take process talaga. So connection is very important, but you can only build good connection with the people around you if you stay true to the service that you have promised, not just to the clients, but also to the co-suppliers that surround you.
Yes. Kasi mare-realize din ng mga clients if hindi ka nagde-deliver ng pina-promise mo
Yes,
kapag
of
nasa
course.
events industry, 'di ba? Ayan.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Ate Faye. Now for the next question, Brian.
Okay, so Ate Faye,
Mm.
ano po yung impact ng pandemic sa inyo po, para sa inyo, ano po yung impact ng pandemic sa events industry? And as kayo po member ng ng events industry, and yun po yung living nyo before, paano po kayo nag-cope up from the transition ng offline to online and other things?
Okay, I can't begin, no, how to explaining how much we have gone through since the pandemic started. They already have said it that si events industry or the live events, isa sa mga pinakakawawang industry since we really have nothing and we can't do anything about it. We are our own bosses. So there would be no people to actually give us anything, you know, anything talaga. And the pandemic affected because kagaya niyan, it's already the Burr months, November na, and the next month, December, of course, we are supposed to be having like a lot of events. You know, we experienced the sleepless nights talaga just to attend to our events. And now, konti lang talaga, lalo na noon. The past few months, we had nothing. You know, even bookings, wala naman masyado because people are already very smart about their money. They will already think twice about investing to, kukuha pa ba ako ng ganito? Kukuha pa ba ako ng ganyan? They've become practical, you know. So, it is an understatement to say na nahirapan talaga kami to cope with whatever we are experiencing or needed to experience. Now, there is no way that we can stop, you know, dreaming and living our lives. I remember I posted on my IG stories. I was very sentimental about not having an event, which na talagang sobra-sobrang ibinuhos ko yung buhay ko sa events, eh, 'di ba? So parang tinanggalan talaga ako ng, alam mo yon, ng chance to live. Kasi sobra talagang puro events lang yung buhay ko, eh, ganyan. So I remember I posted on my Instagram account na grabe, COVID stole so many things from us. It stole, number one, our events. It stole our opportunities. It stole our supposed to be experiences. It stole some people's family members. It basically stole a lot. Walang nakaligtas kasi kahit mayaman, right? Talagang naapektuhan talaga. But if there is one thing that COVID cannot steal from us, that is our hope. That is our hope. The things are going to be fine soon. And I held on to that. Every night before I go to sleep, I pray and say, I am not the only one who is experiencing this. My feelings are valid. I am disappointed. I am sad. Right? And I am afraid. I am so afraid of what will happen. Siguro yung everybody, believe me, I think everybody thought na 2 weeks lang to, di ba? After nito, okay na, maging okay na tayo. We all hoped for that na, okay, quarantine ng konti, given a month, okay lang. Nung tumagal, okay. Sige, parang, I'm about to lose my cool, pero okay, di ba? Okay ba? 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It's starting to dawn on you na it's not gonna be that okay soon. And sometimes your thoughts will actually creep down and you want to succumb on it, diba? Parang malalamon ka na talaga niya. But I realized, everything that I have right now, meron lang talaga ako, yung pag-asa ko, yung pangarap ko. The things will be okay soon. And if I am going to lose that one most important thing about this pandemic, diba, na yung pangarap mo na lang, yung pag-asa mo na lang, then I don't know where else to go. You know, so I held on to my hope that things are going to be okay. And it's not always easy to convince yourself kasi nakikita mo talaga there are no plans, di ba? Nakikita mo talaga, we are very chaotic, hindi mo alam kung saan papunta ang mga nagaganap. But it is true, the things are going to be fine. So that is what we are actually experiencing right now.
Ate Faye, I know bago mag-pandemic for sure, sobrang dami na rin nag-book sa inyo for this year. And I'm not sure kung na-postpone or na-cancel, but for those na nag-push through with their events, paano nyo nagawa ng paraan para matuloy pa? I mean,
Okay. This is very, subjective to, right? Because not everyone has the same set of clients, you know. If you're going to ask if it was canceled or it was postponed, most of our events are only postponed. Right? They're going to wait until maging maayos lahat. We are very lucky. We are very blessed na we actually didn't experience much of clients asking for refund o pinagdaanan namin talagang lahat yan, you know. But we prayed for God's protection talaga na and enlightenment sa mga clients namin na we all go through the same, diba, dilemma and, alam mo yun, problem. So most of our, yes, that's moments and milestones. That's nice. Okay, so most of our events are only postponed. So we are going to celebrate soon, no? But when it comes to the events na natuloy, konti lang talaga ang guests nila. When they say it's intimate, it's really intimate. We only have to organize siguro mga 11 people lang, 15 packs lang, para talagang masunod natin yung safety precautions such as, of course, social distancing and, you know, yung mga temperature check. Madali siyang gawin kasi very small crowd lang siya. We have an upcoming wedding this November 11 and we are only having 30 guests, including the couple na. So, konti lang talaga siya. Now, for me kasi, it's really the discretion of the couple because wedding is not just about the union of two people. It's not just about that. Whatever we say na bride and groom lang naman talaga ang mahalaga. Di ba may mga ganyang comments? So, pwede namang mga ganyan. The truth is, wedding is a beautiful celebration because it's reunion talaga of the people who haven't met for a long time. And then finally, after 10 years, they will be celebrating something good together. So I guess it's one of the reasons why most of our clients decided to postpone it to a better year para, okay, at least man lang half of their guests can come and celebrate with them. So, yeah.
Another follow-up question. Do you have
Yes.
some like basic checklist when you're organizing an event for the new normal?
Okay, so it's more on the events places talaga discretion, it's more on the churches. Binibigay lang sa amin yung instructions. Of course, iba-iba siya eh. Some would actually check the temperature, some would actually ask you to fill out a declaration form, some would require you to wear face shield pala, but it's not really that much. Of course, our checklist consists of alcohol talaga. Yung nadagdagan siya, yung bridal kit namin, yung sa registration area namin, it really changed from being very stylish to very safe na. Kasi we have alcohols, of course, di ba? Yung temperature check, hindi naman talaga ginagawa siya ng coordinator. It's baka awkward siyang gawin, di ba? Because baka man naman ma-offend yung pupunta sa event. Because I really believe that it is the couple's responsibility to make sure that their guests are safe. And alam ko talaga na pinag-iisipan nila yan. So when it comes to checklist, nothing much apart from the alcohol and extra face masks pala. Yan, nag-evolve na siya from having extra pens to extra face masks. Kasi baka maputol and so, alam mo yun, iba na talaga ngayon. This is the new normal. Okay.
Cool. Okay, Brian.
May medyo follow-up lang ako dun kay Ate Faye regarding that
Okay.
story. Nag-conduct na po kayo ng virtual na event?
We haven't had a virtual event. Pero, meron ngayong supplier ha. Sorry, I haven't researched about it. Pero meron na ngayong supplier na parang live streaming. They will set up something to sa church. And then, alam mo yun, para maka-attend yung mga guests, kahit ano lang, digital. So, meron na ganun. With our previous event, yung 11 guests lang sila, there was a different supplier pa talaga who set up for the Zoom, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah.
Okay.
But we really haven't had yung virtual lang lahat. We really haven't had that.
So, okay, let's proceed to the next question. So, Ate Faye, what are your reflections on thriving during this pandemic?
Alam mo, kanina nung binabasa ko talaga yung Braving the New Normal, ramdam na ramdam ko talaga because we really had to brave our way through the circumstances, through the, alam mo yun, hurdles that we are going through. Reflections, there would be a lot. I can talk for 24 hours siguro para lang masabi ko lahat ng reflections that I am having almost every day in my life. You know, iba-iba talagang experiences. But most importantly, I guess everybody already have reflected about not taking anything for granted anymore. Like, we used to be hugging, we used to be kissing, we used to be celebrating with the people that we love. Pero ngayon we are very limited. Now, there's one advice that my sister has taught me ever since. Feeling ko nanonood yan sa Ate Fiona. Hi, Ate Fiona. Noon, she has always been very sweet. Hindi niya iniintay na may birthday kami para batiin niya kami ng, to say I love you. And so, sabi niya sa akin noon, don't wait until there is a celebration to make a person feel special. kasi totoo that tomorrow is really, it's not really in our hands, There is no way that we can say that tomorrow is going to be the same as what we have experienced today. So I guess one other things that I have learned is to continue saying I love you to the people talaga that matters to you. Keep on letting them know. It's really a responsibility for you to keep on letting them know their worth in your lives, their importance in you. And alam mo yon, just make them feel that the world is really a happy place to be in. So don't be time constrained. The second thing that I have learned in this pandemic is to be resilient talaga. We have always been hearing that Filipinos are resilient, and it is true because we don't stop. Pag iniwan tayo ng sitwasyon or ng buhay sa gantong sitwasyon, we always find ways on how to recover. We don't stop thinking about ways kung paano tayo. Tomorrow will be a better day. Alam mo yun, we are very much resilient. And that's what we did. That's what we have been doing. Keeping ourselves talaga busy with everything that will make our future better. Okay, so sabi ko nga, I can speak a lot of things. But pandemic, honestly, has taught me to be more humble. It has given me the humility talaga na whatever you are in your life, you would really feel this kind of stress, this kind of problems. Pinantay-pantay ng pandemyang to ang lahat ng tao sa mundo talaga, Even the ones that have a more comfortable life also felt the stress that the marginalized people have been experiencing every day. It made me learn to connect to more people talaga, everyone around me. And my mom has always taught me that we are responsible for everybody, and mas na-imbibe ko siya. Mas na-feel ko that we are responsible for everyone, that the only way to survive this pandemic is being kind and being generous to a lot of people. So yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for those reminders. And isa sa mga nakapukon ng attention ko is tama naman na pinantay ng lahat ng
Totoo.
pandemyang ito ang lahat ng for all of us. I mean, parang lahat tayo nag-start from the
Beginning.
nag-start tayo sa simula.
From nothing talaga, from
Kasi,
nothing.
Kasi nga, hindi natin ina-expect lahat, and yung mga may businesses din, hindi nila alam na kung anong tamang plan B for the pandemic kasi
Yeah.
this is the first time that we encounter this. So, it's good to note that we have to be resilient. Thank you for reminding us that hindi natin kailangan magbantay ng celebration para lang
Yes.
maparamdam sa taong mahal namin na sila ay espesyal sa amin. And mas maging more generous this time because yun yung talaga mahalaga, that we have to make people feel loved, especially now. So, there you go. Thank you so much, Ate Faye. And now, we want to know more then about this one. I will flash your photo and let us know kung anong story behind this. Eto siya. Ayan.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Fedici? Tama po ba yung pronunciation?
It's Fedici. Oh, Fedici ang
Fedici.
pronunciation. Yeah, oo. So, guys, I always become emotional when it comes to Fedici because itinawid niya ako. 'Di ba? Itinawid niya ako sa pandemic na to, It made me survive. Okay, so Fedici is such a beautiful thing. And if I will be sharing about Fedici, I can really say a lot of things about it. But I will try na pa-kontiin siya pa-squeeze siya, into konti lang. Kasi baka umabot ang live natin ng 5 hours. Kaya ko yun. Pero baka matulog na ang mga nanonood sa atin. But, Um, everything that I have experienced with Moments and Milestones events by Fiona and Faye. All the pains that I had to go through, that my sister and I had to go through, all the learnings, even the painful ones na kailangan naming talagang isa puso, all that we have right now because of Moments and Milestones yon. And the learnings that we had for Moments and Milestones, si Fedici ang nag-benefit noon. Okay? So Fedici is actually, it is a hope for me. It is hope for me. That is its face. Now, it started during ECQ lang talaga, during quarantine. Now, eto na nga, we are trying to survive. We are trying to cope with whatever is happening. I know for a fact that I have to continue giving, no? So it started when my dad actually parang nagalit siya sa akin kasi tulong tayo ng tulong. Like, everyday nasa grocery tayo because gusto kong mamigay ng mamigay. Like, kukuha pa ako sa barangay ng health ng certificate para I can go out, I can give the goods, and so on and so forth. My dad is a dad. Of course, he needs to be protective of me. He needs to be protective of my future. Sabi niya sa akin, Yeng, hindi basta-basta matatapos yung pandemyang yan. O akala nga natin ulit, di ba, saglit lang, sabi sa akin ni Daddy, araw-araw, bili kayo ng bili. He is the most generous person that I have ever met in my life. Pero, sa pagbibigay, sabi niya, wait lang, pause for a while. Kasi hindi natin alam what the future holds. So medyo kinabahan ako ng konti kasi wala na nga pumapasok eh. All I had during that time, savings lang namin yun kay Moments, diba? So, alam mo yun, it will soon, kahit gaano pa kalaki nun, we will soon run out of cash kung hindi kami makakaisip ng bagong paraan talaga, to make a living. So, nagalit yung daddy ko sa akin, like, we didn't talk for a month, parang ganun.
Oh my God.
Kasi, and I am a daddy's girl, like, I kiss my dad, I hug my dad, I say, I love you every time, I say, thank you for everything that you have done for me, I love you very, very much. That's how much talaga we love each other, no? Hindi mo rin masabing hindi kami showy, hindi kami expressive because we are. So, one month kaming hindi nag-usap. It pains me, pero naiintindihan ko siya, naiintindihan ko where he is going and where he's coming from, rather. Now, sabi ko, kailangan ko na talagang makahanap ng ibang negosyo para makatulong pa rin ako sa mga tao. Because that's the only way na nakikita ko mabibridge kami ni Daddy, di ba? So, what happened was, my sister and sa Ate Malo, ang dami kong sisters and I love them so much. We have a big family. My sister bought me an oven. So, it was a surprise. Galing silang grocery. Di ba nga mahilig kami sa grocery kasi nga we always buy stuff. So, galing sila sa grocery. And then I asked her, Ate, please, pakibili na yung oven, blah, blah, blah. And then sabi niya, naku, Yeng, wala yung salesman. So, hindi namin mabibili yun. Ganyan-ganyan pa siya. And then when they went home, together with Jel and Jace, sinurprise nila ako with a new oven that says, okay guys, wala pa akong negosyo. The new oven, may letter siya that says, good luck on your new business. So parang kinlay ni ate ko, di ba, na may new business. Okay. I started baking. Wala na akong ginawa kundi mag-bake. Parang 24 hours ako nag-bake. Nasa-stress na yung mga tao sa bahay kasi hindi na ako natutulog, di ba? Okay, so bake ako ng bake. Tinry ko una yung mga banana bread, yung mga carrot cake. Yan yung mga tinry ko nung una. Masarap. It's my sister's favorite food. Naniniwala naman ako sa kanya. But I realized, okay, if I'm going to sell this, no matter how good it tastes, diba, the market is already too saturated for me kung ito yung ibebenta ko. So, I have to think of another way. And then, meron pa pala akong isang negosyo na naisip ng quarantine. I called it Every Wing PH. So for every wing that you enjoy with your family, there is a family that you feed. So yung proceeds ng wings ko, pinapakain namin sa mga farmers in Silang. So I also had that. Every wing PH. Diba? Naisip ko talaga with every wing talaga na ine-enjoy mo kasi you are more comfortable in life, you are more privileged. You help other family, diba, ease their hunger. So that was the first one. But I know na it's not gonna be sustainable. Eventually, the people will not buy the business, and it's not because ayaw na nila, pero it's not really something that you can have for a very long time. So I probably had it for a month, ganyan. Malaki din naman kinita natin doon. And again, we helped a lot of people, di ba? Konti-konti, surviving each day. And then, yun nga, I tried banana cake, I tried carrot cake, pero sabi ko, mas marami. I know kahit masarap yung ginagawa ko, mas marami yung mas masarap pa and mas mura pa, di ba? So, I tried baking cheesecakes. Now, ito mahaba ang proseso nito because baking cheesecakes, ang sister ko, cheesecake lover. So, I know na pag hindi masarap yung cheesecake na na binenta ko, hindi siya bibili. So, doon pa lang lugi na ako. Kasi syempre, ang una kong customer talaga yung ate ko, di ba? Okay, so I baked a lot. I tried every single day. And sa loob ng 24 hours, may ilang beses pa, 3 beses ako nag-try ng cheesecake. It's not really the easiest thing to do. I watched a lot of videos. I read a lot of things. I researched about it. How to make, ano bang magagawa ko? Paano ba ako makakakita ng alam mo yun, ng recipe that will best fit kung ano yung gusto ko, ano yung gusto ng ate ko, gusto ng family ko. I was about to give up kasi nga 3 in the morning, gigisingin ko ang mga tao sa bahay. Samahan niyo ako, magbe-bake ako. Matatakotin kasi ako, baka may multo. So, hindi tayo masyadong independent sa mga bagay na yan. Samahan niyo ako mag-bake. Inis na inis sila. Kasi simula stress ng umaga, gigisingin mo kami para mag-bake. Diba? Hindi siya masyadong convenient for most of the people in the house. And I tried. Hanggang sa, when I finally got it, parang I was on the verge of giving up. Ayoko na. Hanap na lang ako ulit ng iba. Let's go on to another, alam mo yun, let's chase another dream, ganyan. Pero I finally found, they say, the best recipe for the cheesecakes. Now, okay na, alam ko agad yung plano ko. Pag nag-cheesecake ako, I wanted to be known. And sabi ko pa sa isa kong friend na, kasama ka sa mga papadalhan ko muna ng cheesecake to try it. So itong friend ko, si Marvin, sobrang kulit niya. Like, pinabili niya ako ng milk tea tsaka chicken sa kanya kasi meron silang milk tea business noon yung Tipsy Palace. Hindi ako nagre-reply, sabi niya, order ka ba? Sabi ko, order ako. Hindi na ako nag-reply. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, piniprito na yung chicken mo dito. So napilitan ako, piniprito na yung chicken na naman hindi ko pa kunin, di ba? So, tama ba? Tinitimpla na yung milk tea mo dito, ganyan. So I went there. Sabi ko, sige na nga, asar na asar ako kasi kulit ni Marvin, di ba? So when he first tasted it, he said talaga na it has a lot of potential in it. And masarap daw yung cheesecake namin. And so the history is, alam mo yun, the history started there. So, I made him try it and then kinonect niya ako to different people para i-try nila and promote the product. And eventually, it really became, they say, big. Kasi at the moment, we already have 8,000 followers. And months pa lang kami, not even 5 months pa lang kami sa production talaga. So that's Fedici. It is a product first of my love for my dad and my willingness to reconnect sa kanya. And it's a product of generosity. I really, really want to help. Gusto ko pa rin tumulong. And I know I am just capable of helping if I have some for me. Because the truth is, hindi ka pwedeng tulong ng tulong and neglecting yourself. Because eventually, you'll run dry and wala ka na talagang maibibigay, di ba? So if there are things that you have to achieve, you have to take care of yourself. That's the first one. And that's the second one. And the third one would be Fedici is actually, it's an inspiration talaga. Kasi my sister died probably 6 years ago. So I shared this recently lang on my Facebook page that Fedici comes from the word Fides. So that is my sister. Ayan. So, sabi ko noon, I want to make a name na katunog ng Fides, but not so much of Fides. Kasi gusto ko talaga yung maganda yung branding. So, I sat down, I was just sitting, and I was thinking, I had my pen and my notebook with me. Lord, please give me a name that would be the best for this cheesecake. And I was researching. Talaga ano ba yung pwede. Meron bang direct translation to French? Meron bang direct translation to this? And so, wala. So, dun ko naisip na, bakit kaya hindi Fedici? Wala talaga siyang pinagkuhanan na name. It's a very, very unique name. Now, when it comes to the handwriting, when it comes to the logo, that one is pen tooled to be exactly the same as my Ate Fides's handwriting. So that's very identical to her handwriting.
Aww.
So ganyan siya mag-F, ganyan siya mag-E. And then this seedling emoji right there, nilagay ko yan. It's the hope for me that from start, di ba, we will all rise and we will all have a bright future with us. And that's what pandemic did. We were, alam mo yun, we were at rock bottom, but from there, we will really bloom into something that we wish to be. So that is Felici. It is a product of sisterly love and a product of family.
Grabe. Congratulations,
Thank
Miss Faye,
you.
for the success of
Congrats
Fedici.
po.
Dati tinitingnan ko lang, I thought hobby lang talaga siya
Yeah,
na
yeah.
for the pandemic lang. Pero nagulat ako, sobrang nag-boom siya and you're being recognized by different mga lifestyle publishers dyan
Yeah.
na napapansin din talaga nila yung brand nyo. And not only that, pati mga celebrities and
Yes.
influencers are really noticing yung brand ninyo. And of course, the products. Kasi sobrang sarap din naman talaga. Of course, the signature, the cheesecakes that you have
Yes.
then. And other than that, of course, Brian, do you have any more questions?
Okay. So, eto katulad ng sabi kanina ni Ate Faye, marami talagang pinapagdaanan. Can you share some of your challenges na na-encounter throughout your journey as with your passion?
Okay, so ang dami talaga. You know, guys, they say that it's so hard to start a business. I experienced that kay moments, di ba? But it's a different thing for Felici. I thought it was already hard in the beginning, pero mas mahirap ang negosyo pag nag-boom siya. And that is the truth. You know, having a lot of customers entail so much responsibilities. You will not be sleeping, you will not be eating that much kasi you really have to be hands-on deck sa negosyo na pinapalago mo, di ba? Fedici taught me to be very resourceful and to never stop looking for options because since a lot of people already turned to online businesses, which is very good talaga, na madami talaga yung taong nag-transition to having online businesses, it made it harder talaga to look for the ingredients, to look for the materials, the supplies talaga is already almost sold out all the time. You will say that it is siguro sasabihin nila na ang babaw naman ng mga pinagdaanan nito pagdating sa negosyo. But, you know, there is a commitment that you have to fulfill. And it's actually bringing your cake into family celebration. Celebration these days have been more meaningful kasi na-realize nga nila that you don't always get the chance to celebrate with the people you love. And now, part na si Fedici ng celebrations na yon. So really, one of the challenges that we are still facing, para kaming we keep running on circles talaga, finding supplies that will last for, alam mo yun, a month for us, para magkaroon kami ng boxes for this delivery date and so on. Because that is the truth, you know. I really have to share this. Hindi pwedeng puro success lang yung nakikita nila pagdating sa negosyo, because the truth is behind those successes, there would be a lot of perseverance talaga, blood, sweat, and tears that the person behind the business is actually experiencing. So I can go on again. Pero one of the problems that I am facing is yun nga, yung talagang, the supplies that you always have to maintain.
Okay. Thank you, Ate Faye. Now, bago tayo pumunta sa ating next questions,
Yeah.
i-greet muna natin yung viewers natin ngayon. Kasi sobrang daming nanonood sa atin ngayon. 34,000!
Ay, ang dami. Kala
Ayan.
ko 1 million.
Ayan. Thanks sila. Ito po, Miss Pai Desquatan. And binabati ko
Hi,
rin
Ate Pai!
Custodio Marzan. Ayan, ang ganda naman. From Maribel Gregorio. Ayan, nagpapasample sila. Kanina ko pa nakikita nga eh.
Eto,
Roll
si
call
John
daw per
Christian.
college. Eto, si Kuya
Nasa
JC.
taas.
Ayan, request kay
Ayan.
Ate Faye. Sample ng GA hosting. Then segue to roll call. Wow, ang dami nun, Kuya JC. So, ayan. So, nice hearing your voice again, ate. Walang kupas. Meron ka ba dyan, ate, na pasample? Very ambush, pero please.
Ay, ano ba? Alam mo, it is a pride for me to actually say hi to De La Salle University Dasmariñas. And usually, it's been a long time, but we will try, okay? So, every time I go on stage, I still feel very nervous. Alam mo, hindi nawawala sa akin yan before I do the sample. I always feel nervous, and it's not a bad thing to always feel nervous to all those who aspire to become a host. It is actually a sign that you love your job and you want to do better, and you always want to give your best. That's where the nervousness comes from. It's not really about being the first time to host, but actually maintaining kung ano yung, actually applying kung ano yung learnings mo from the past events mo and trying to apply it para hindi mo makommit kung ano yung mistake and that you will be better. So what I do, hello, De La Salle University Dasmariñas. Welcome to our General Assembly, CLAC General Assembly, and I'm very, very happy to be here like I am always here. And I am very grateful for you guys for always having me, but I'm not the only one today because I'm going to have my partner. My partner is always Jimwell. Hi, Part, if you are watching. And then, ano ba ang roll call namin? Okay. So when we do our roll call, it's one of the best things talaga every event to do the roll call because you will really see how engaging they are. And they, alam mo yun, talagang na-energize sila. So, let's start. Sige, alamin ko lang ulit yung CLAC. All right, so I want to hear from the College of Liberal Arts and Communication. And then every time... All right, so that's how we do it, the roll call talaga. The people from the CLAC. So yes, I always start from that. I have a bias with my college. So yes. Na-happy ba?
Ayan, sobrang fun naman. Nag-enjoy naman sila. Ito nga po. Been watching since nung nag-post ka, you're going on
Thank you,
live.
Ate Pai. Si Miss Bianca actually, our bride noon. Thank you, Ate Pai, Miss Bianca for watching, and everyone who's watching out there. Dapat talaga, bago matapos yung maka 1 million, 1.2 million viewers tayo. Tawagan ko na si Mark Zuckerberg na, paki-tune in naman sila po sa aming live. Okay.
Ay. Thank you daw, Ate Feo, for granting
Thank you.
Kuya JC's request.
JC.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ito po. Another one, greeting from, ay wait lang, may nag-cheer eh. From Maribel. Wow! Ganito na yung mga cheers ngayon. Live chat.
I know. Ay, imagine mo na lang kung gaano kataas yung energy nila.
Ito
Thank
po.
you, Maribel.
And from Ven naman. Pa-shoutout sa laging gumagawa ng projects niya in IG.
Ako sinasabi ko sa'yo, wag mo ko ibuko, pero totoo yan. Kasi, alam niyo naman kasi yung mga projects namin, nung when we were in high school, we really test your patience. Like, you have to make this a tiny little stars, tapos pupunuin mo yung bote na mahaba. Ay man na parang matangkad yung ano na yon, bottle na yon. Alam mo, being one of the officers, yung connections natin, nagamit ko yan. Kasi kung meron akong 45 na kaklase, bibigyan ko sila ng tigto 20 na bibigyan ko sila ng tigto 20 strips of paper. Tapos mapupuno
Oh.
nila yung oo. Tapos si Orven, pag may mga drawing, hindi naman tayo sobrang talented. So, kinulang tayo sa pagiging artistic. So, tatawag ako lang kay Orven, nasa kabilang classroom lang yan. Kahit nasaan siya, nasa bahay siya. Wag naman ang drawing ko. So, ginagawa niya. Thank you, Orven. Kung wala ka, hindi ako makakagraduate ng high school. Maraming salamat sa'yo. Utang ko ang lahat sa'yo.
Hashtag salamat, Orven. Ayan.
Salamat. Maraming salamat for reminding me.
Eto, from Miss Melanie Basaysay, nakaka-miss voice ni Faye.
Okay, so wait lang si Ate Melanie talaga, guys. If you're looking for one of the best photographers, kindly check her page, Melanie Basaysay Photography. If I will be asked kung sino ang aking one of the favorite photographers that I've ever seen and I will always recommend, that's gonna be Ate Melay. Thank you so much. So you guys, kung baka meron kayo
Wow.
weddings and events, kindly check her out. Melanie Basaysay.
Ayun.
Okay.
Another greeting from our fellow voice artist, and he is also a content creator, Papa Lem Faralino. Good evening, Promers, and great day to Miss
Hello,
Faye.
Papa Lem.
Hello.
Hello.
Ayan, meron pa another greeting from V. Asti Echor. Nice,
hello,
Faye.
hello, Mama. Thank you for watching. Si Mama Elves. Thank you po.
Eto, to lighten up the mood and to make this unique daw, Miss Faye, may we hear from you an intro daw in a wedding event.
Ayun.
Ang daming pa sample. Ayan, go.
Hindi niyo naman sinabi talaga mag-host pala ako. Hindi ako ready. I could have worn down po, So when it's very different when it comes to weddings, the first thing that you have to observe, okay, as soon as you arrive is what type of crowd are you having? What type of guests are you actually having? Simply because not everyone is engaging. Not everyone wants to actually shout for the couple, cheer for the couple. Meron ka talagang okay, why am I saying this? Because when I was starting in hosting talaga weddings, I always feel like parang hindi naman sila masaya sa hosting ko. Parang ako parang hindi ko sila napasaya, parang kulang ako, ganyan. But then again, I try to assess myself. Every wedding is actually an opportunity to grow, no? So from then I realized that there are different types of crowds, and you will usually see it's a couple. Are they the shy type? Medyo mahiyain ba sila? The quiet type, the formal type? Usually their guests are also composed with the same people, di ba? So you will really not be expecting loud cheers from them. Pag naman ang couple talaga, very bubbly, very loud when it comes to their expressions, masiyahin lang, then you will really expect na ganun din naman yung magiging crowd mo. So number one, it's really knowing. So ang intro ko, okay, so let me just give me one moment, Miss Carol.
Sige, Miss Faye. Ito, may greeting pa. From Maribel, ito, every time na merong event ng college, tapos, ayun, sabi niya, you're so mabait and humble and you deserve all the success, Ate Faye. Kapag daw ikaw yung nag-host, automatic, yung event ay nagiging smooth, masaya, and successful.
Alam mo, Maribel, ano ang GCash mo? Parang gusto ko na mag-transfer sa'yo. Parang binayaran talaga. Parang binayaran ko. Well, thank you. Those are the little things talaga that keep you going. The people that remind you that whatever you are going through or whatever you are doing, they appreciate it. And it really matters to me. Thank you so much. All right. So, hala, parang na talaga, host na talaga dito.
Ayan na, sige na ba? Ito na, oh my God.
All right, so I always start with, of course, an upbeat music. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fernwood Gardens, Sagita, and welcome, of course, to the wedding reception of Kim and Leo. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been somewhere else, but you chose to celebrate with us today. And with that, everybody, Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, everyone, give yourselves a round of applause. Again, thank you so much. Now, before we formally begin with our program, we will be having our very fun game. This game is what we call Name That Tune Game. Very easy. Our DJ will be playing the most popular songs of everybody can relate to and all the generations. And if you get it right, then your table will be the first one to line up in our buffet stations. Yes, we are talking about food. Ayun. So yun ang start ko. Inuunahan ko ng pagkain. Kasi talagang gusto nila lahat
Oh.
kumain, di ba? Tama.
Yes.
So,
Oh my God, Brian, sali tayo sa game.
Game.
Ito na.
oo,
Nag-event na pala.
alam nyo, correct. Walang babae sa ano, walang babae ba, walang lalaki, walang may hawak ng bata. Basta gusto nila makakain, magbabaliyahan talaga sila dyan. So it's always the start of my event talaga. Of course, first you have to acknowledge their presence. You have to let them know that they are appreciated, that they're there. As you see, I mentioned, di ba, you could have been somewhere else. Pwede namang invited ka pero hindi ka pupunta, di ba? But they chose to be in that celebration and talagang they deserve to be recognized and to be given talaga acknowledgement. So that's how I do hosting. I always start with a game.
Always start with the
Okay.
game. Noted, Ate Faye.
Yes.
Ito na nga, sabi ni Maribel, isasend niya na daw yung GCash number niya.
Sige, paki-PM na
Masururi
lang,
naman
ha,
naman
Maribel. Maraming... Gusto mo, hindi pa kami nag-usap ni Maribel talaga. Maribel, maraming salamat. Ha? Ipaki-send na lang.
Ayan.
Okay.
May pag-greeting sa'yo, Ate Faye. Ito, I'm so proud of you, Baba. I love you so much since noon pa.
No. I love you so much. Those are my friends talaga na alam mo yun, habang nagme-makeup ako kasama ko sila, hindi ako masyadong maaga palagi. Palagi ako nagmamadali talaga pagdating sa mag-host ako because I've been running around. So, sila yung mga nandyan. Thank you, Baba, and see you soon.
At ito na nga, Ate Faye, meron pang question si Miss Maribel Kanina nalagpasan namin. Pero isa siya sa mga magandang question na nabasa namin sa comment section.
Okay, go.
Ang tanong niya, you've been organizing or planning wedding events. Kailan ka po ikakasal?
Actually, Maribel, ito na nga, buti nag-PM ka. Buti nag-comment ka kasi bukas na ang kasal talaga at ini-invite kita, Maribel, ha, pumunta ka. Malayo pa. It's not really in our plans pa. Wala pang mga ganyan. Kasi palalaguin pa natin si Fedici at si Moments and Milestones event by Fiona.
Yes.
Marami pang ibibake na cake si Ate Faye.
Sa totoo
bago
lang.
mangyari.
Marami pang i-bake na cake.
Marami pang
Okay.
batch.
Ayun na nga. Sige, later on na lang natin babasahin yung iba pang questions.
Okay.
Yung ibang comments. Okay. For the next question, go ahead, Brian. Take it away.
Okay, so ayan na, dahil nga energetic na si Ate Faye, di ba? So, Ate Faye, whenever na tumatagal ka talaga dyan sa industry on whenever you do your passion, ano ba talaga yung nag-i-inspire sa'yo to keep you going?
You know, when we pursue what we want, when we feel like this is where we are destined to be, lahat ng trials that you go through, there are always two responses. The first response would be every trial, every hurdles bring you closer to your breakthrough, right? So isipin mo, parte lang to ng process. I just really have to jump in every obstacle and there'd be the end and I will be successful, right? And then there is another response where it says na, you have to stop. It is not for you. Tama? May mga ganung response. Our heart tends to get confused. Our hearts sometimes gets confused. And that's where the divine intervention gets in. You will really hear the Lord tell you na, this is where I have put you. And this is really your destiny. You know? So what kept me going, actually, kahit ang dami-daming problema, you won't always go home happy. You won't always go home satisfied with yourself, with your performance. What kept me going is the hope that God is sending me the right signal na dito ako. Kasi minsan talaga nalilito yung puso natin na baka naman talaga hindi ako para dito, Lord. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I am set for another dream. So pwede ko namang sabihin na, okay, let's stop with this one and let's chase another dream. But what kept me going is God's guidance talaga and God's provision, not just financially, but God had already provided me the strength, the wisdom. When I was praying, guys, when I was praying, Lord, gusto ko talaga namang maging host. Gusto ko maraming weddings. I really wanted to be out there and, be talking kasi that's what I do best. And sabi ko, when I was praying, okay, what do you need from me? Do you need me to be ready about it? Kailangan ba, before you give me yung hinihingi kong events, yung outpour of the blessings, do I have to be ready? What do I need to do? Now, I know na bago niya ako isalang to a lot of things, I really have to make myself ready, not just for the blessings, guys, but you have to be ready for the criticism. You have to be ready for the downfall. You have to be ready for the moment that you are ready to give up. Konting-konti na lang. And that is success. It's not just about being ready for the blessings, but also about being ready for everything that you will have to go through. So, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Ate Faye. And now, another question is, of course, nakikita namin behind your success din, bilang ikaw yung parang nagpa-plan of the things together with your sister. Of course, you have a great team. You have a great team for moments and milestones. And of course, Fedishi, ang galing ng marketing nyo and all. We want to know why teamwork matters coming from you. Gusto namin malaman yun from you. What's the secret of your dream team? Ayan.
When we say dream team, we are already expecting that, yes, that's really my family. That's a team talaga. We are a lot. Okay, so yes, before I answer the question, my dream team is my family. Guys, palagi nila ako sinusuportan sa lahat ng trip ko sa buhay. Na-realize ko lang. My parents would always give their go signal na, Mommy, Daddy, gusto ko magtayo ng ganito. And I know I can do it myself. So, sige, kahit anong gusto mo, tutulungan ka nila. They will tirelessly drive for me. Papunta sa event, iintayin nila ako after I finish my hosting. They're old, they could be enjoying their time, dito na lang, mag-travel, but they will always choose me and they will always choose to support me. My sisters and my brothers, my family, I don't even have to look outside the house just to find comfort because I already have it. My brothers and my sisters, my siblings talaga love me so much, you guys. Ito talaga, this is my chance to let the whole world know that I am who I am and I have been here. Maybe not that far just yet, but lahat ng na-achieve ko, they are it. They are because of the family that I have. I am rich. I am very, very rich because I have a beautiful family. Every time I'm asked, siguro kung ngayon, tatanungin na ako, madami ba akong pangarap sa buhay? Do I have a lot of aspirations? Do I want to be known? Do I want to be famous? No. I just want to make my family happy. I just want to make my mommy and daddy happy. And that's very genuine. As long as I make them happy, then I am successful. That's it. So that's number one for my dream team. And, having other people around me support me, Jel and Jace and Rabian, they have always been supporting me. They know my silent battles talaga, the ones that I'm not capable of speaking. Yung mga hindi ko nasasabi, alam talaga nila yan, And the secret to having a team, or your dream team rather, is actually being a safe haven for them. In a team, everybody expects you to be the best, Diba? Paano ba nag-work ang dream team? Kailangan ba lahat kayo best? Kailangan ba lahat kayo 100%? Kailangan ba lahat kayo knowledgeable of so many things? The truth is, having a dream team, you have to really support each other. There would be moments that your teammate cannot even give 20% of his love, of his attention to the team, cannot even function. Sometimes they will feel like they're lost. Saan ba sila papunta? Being in this team, you know? But it's allowing them to actually grow. That during the times that they are vulnerable, during the times that they're having a mistake, you are a safe haven. The team is a safe haven for them to grow and have mistakes and to discover themselves. And that's actually how you make a team work. Hindi lang siya about all the beautiful things, but allowing these people to actually learn from their mistakes and just being there for them. And you know, once they're ready for the battle again, just let's go and let's do that. That's really how it works for me.
Ayun. So,
Wow.
ayan, Ate Faye, shoutout mo naman yung mga teammates mo dyan.
Actually, madami sila. Of course, I would like to first start with the Moments and Milestones team. Some of them I really miss so much. We have Ate Keng, kung nanonood siya. Ate Keng Maricor, thank you very much, the best bridal manager ever. I would also like to say hi to Ate Aiza, the best groom manager ever. And of course, Jarell, Jason Gels always been with me, have always been with me ever since. We also have andyan sila Rhea, sila Ange, sila Jaika. Thank you so much. Sila Josh na minsan nagko-coordinator din sa amin. So yeah, thank you guys.
Okay. I think, Brian, we have another question from the comment section, and we'd like to also to encourage you guys to ask then if you have any questions in mind about events, or do you want to get tips from Ate Faye. Feel free. We can entertain at least a 3 or 5. Ayan.
So ayan, meron tayong question from John Christian Cosico. So, Ate Faye, what is your dream event na gusto mong ikaw yung mag-host?
Okay, dream event, I guess partially I have already fulfilled it. The Lord already have given it to me. We are going to Australia next year. It was supposed to be this year, but since
Wow.
COVID happened, yes, we are going. Our whole team will be going to Australia next year for a wedding there. So I guess it's partially completed my dream. Pero I'll let you know pagdating doon kung ano ba yung experiences to be facing. Syempre may mga foreigners din doon, and the culture also have to I have to learn the culture of Australia. But yeah, we are flying to Australia.
Oh, congratulations, Ate Faye. Grabe talaga. Very inspiring
Galing.
ako. Sana all.
That's all.
Eto na nga, from our comment section, here is Daryl saying, yan yung sobrang nakakamiss sa'yo, Baba, yung mga advices mo na hindi mo nakakalimutan si Lord. And kanina, habang nagkikwento ka about your family, how much you love your family, when you're talking about your dream team, Melanie here said, I can attest to that. Faye's family is very supportive every event.
Yes.
And congratulations
That's right.
din daw from Dimple. And
Yes.
eto, another comment. Faye, I have always been thankful to the Lord for everything that has been happening to you. I love you. From Nanay.
Okay, so Nanay. Okay, so I just really like to say that Nanay introduced me. Yes, actually, Nanay introduced me to hosting. You know, when I was very young, she would actually create spiels for me. Siya yung gagawa. I was very nervous na I can't do this. Madaldal lang ako, pero alam mo yun, hindi ko naman ata kaya to. But she will make spiels for me that I can refer to kung nawawala ako. You know, Nanay has always believed in my voice and my capabilities. And she is a cancer survivor. She can
Wow.
beat everything. So, I love you, Nanay. Congratulations on your cancer fight. You're the winner.
Ate Faye, another question is, do you have tips naman for aspiring na mga host, yung mga nagsa-start pa lang?
Being a host is again, it's a lot of job to do. It's a tough job talaga being a host. You know, people have a lot of expectations, high expectations about you. Your knowledge should be broad about so many things. Kasi ikaw yung nandun eh. You will be the face of the event sa totoo lang, you know, apart from the couple, apart from the special guests of the event, you will be one of the faces of the event. So if you want to become a host, I guess you should really start talking to yourself. Alam mo yon, para ma-practice mo, gusto ko ba yung mga sasabihin ko? Magugustuhan ko ba yung mga sasabihin ko? If I will be one of the audience, do I think I am engaging enough? And that's how I do it. You know, guys, I already have mentioned this before, but it's very important whatever you do that you invest on yourself. You should invest in yourself. And yes, you can talk to yourself. Because in here, you know, there are thoughts that we cannot utter talaga. So yourself will really know it. I talk out loud. If there's one thing about me, guys, I really talk out loud. I really speak my thoughts. So number one, you should really be knowledgeable. Hindi mo kailangan na to start a master. The industry would not require you to begin a master, but there should be an intention to becoming one. Kailangan when you put yourself into something, you have an intention to be the best of it and the best for it. Kailangan gusto mo, parang maging best ako sa industry para there would be someone who can actually be, maganda para sa industriya. You know, you have to be knowledgeable. And again, one of the expectations sa mga hosts is actually knowing what to say all the time. No, it's not always happen that way. Sometimes the expectations with you is actually knowing when to listen. Because from listening talaga you learn. Ako sa weddings, honestly, when people talk, mga speeches nila, mga speeches ng best man and maid of honor, I make sure that I will be listening just like how the groom and the bride listen because I would like to reiterate kung ano yung mga sinabi nila. And from then talaga nag-iiwan tayo ng mga remarkable moments to the audiences or to the guests na nakikinig na, okay, I got it from here. And you should also bring home yung mga kwento about the couple. After all, the event is really about them. Okay?
Thank you, Ate Faye. And since you wear many hats then, you're also an events coordinator. Ano naman yung mga
Yeah.
tips naman for those who aspire to be event coordinators? Like,
Yung
kung
mga
ano ba yung
booming
dapat
po, yung
nila?
mga nag-start pa lang.
Okay, mahirap guys, mahirap talaga. Oo, umpisahan natin doon ha, para lang baka sabihin nyo, I don't want to be talking here like everything is easy and I have only made the right things. I did not. I am here. I survived the mistakes, and so will you. Now, to the aspiring coordinators, when you are starting, consider yourself a sponge talaga. Lahat ng gagawin mo, kailangan mong i-absorb lang lahat ng learnings. There is no way na magiging expert ka but to actually experience the mistakes talaga and the learnings from their past events that you have had. You know, being an events coordinator or wedding planner, it's a tough job to do because you are basically offering a service lang, di ba? Pag hindi nila nagustuhan, it's so hard to please them. But it is a service. But you know, and you would always think pala that there are a lot of coordinators out there. What would be your edge? Your edge is your intention. You have to be genuine in making the couple happy. You have to be genuine in really organizing the wedding because at the end of the day, you will be making a dream come true. Hindi ito ang industriya na agad-agad magpapayaman sa'yo. You know, this is the industry that will give you a lot of trials and that will give you a lot of stresses, I can say. It will give you a lot of things to think about. It will really push you to discover yourself and always, alam mo yun, always become the better version of yourself every event. Minsan talagang you will be parang face down ka na, you will be having rock bottom. But at the end of the day, when you are having rock bottom, you bounce back. And that's what you do. Again, your edge is your intention. When you know you are genuine, the people will feel it. Your couple will feel it. Mararamdaman nila that all you really want to do, this is not just business. Again, I said, you will be making a dream come true. Matagal nilang pinag-ipunan yan, matagal nilang pinag-isipan yan. They probably have been together for 15 years and they chose you to make their fairy tale happen. So kailangan ng intention mo is really making it happen and making it successful. Okay?
Grabe, punong-puno tayo ng learnings. Yeah, sige, Brian, go.
Kasi actually, tama yung sinabi ni ate na mahirap talaga yung events coordinating, magko-coordinate ka.
True.
Kasi I experience it, racket-racket lang, sinasama lang ako ng mga ng mga teachers ko. So one
Actually,
time,
grade 12 pa lang yan si Brian.
first year,
Wow! Ako. Ang galing mo. Okay?
4 o'clock in the morning yung call time namin para sa para syempre ayusin yung bride, yung groom, tapos lagi ako naka-assign sa simbahan, sa church. So syempre kailangan maayos yung format, yung pila ng mga ng mga guests, ng mga entourage, tapos mga ninong-ninang. Medyo nakakapagod siya kasi from yung gawain nyo and yung trabaho niya is from early morning to evening talaga. Kaya pero fulfillment din yon at masaya rin after mo matapos yung event kasi sabi mo, yes, isang event yung natapos namin and it's very successful na nakapagbigay tayo ng ngiti dun sa client natin.
Correct. That's just really about it. It's gonna be a long day every day for event coordinators. They will be there usually 5 to 6 hours before the ceremony. They will be fixing everything. They will walk everyone through the wedding. Alam mo, especially the bride and the groom. It's their first time getting married. Of course, you don't want to feel like they are lost. So ikaw talaga ang magiging gabay talaga nila for that day. It's a tough job to do. It's one of the toughest jobs for me talaga. Kasi I experience it eh. Kaya nga sabi sa inyo, everything that I have, yung bigat na meron ako, like, alam mo yun, it's really because of the events industry. It's really because of moments and milestones. And I am extremely forever grateful talaga that I am given the chance to be in this industry. So you grow, you continue growing.
Grabe. And events industry, di ba po sobrang hirap, nakakapagod. Paano kayo nag-unwind with your team? Like, paano nyo ensure na okay pa rin kayo all the time? Dahil sa sobrang stressful na mga events, ang dami-dami nyo naka-line up na mga bookings, ganyan. Yung mga, ano ba kayo? Activities.
Kami talaga sobrang close kasi talaga naming buong team eh. Hindi na namin kailangan mag-team building kasi tawang-tawa kami lagi sa isa't isa. Totoo lang, para kaming nasa comedy bar palagi, ganyan. How do we, pag sunod-sunod yung events, if there's one thing about events, ang layo namin sinasabi, every wedding is a different event. So kung si bridal manager, for example, si groom assist, si reception manager, nagkaroon siya ng pagkakamali the last event, it will not be counted ngayon. Kailangan fresh start siya. Kailangan pagpasok nila sa team, they will not be having the yung emotions from the last time. This is a fresh start, you know. Whatever happened yesterday is already yesterday's, and this is your chance to actually, alam mo yun, make bawi for whatever you had to go through last night or yesterday or the past events. Kasi hindi ka dapat, alam nyo guys, talagang very komplikado talaga tong event. Kasi ang hirap mag-satisfy ng tao, and that is the truth, you know. Hindi mo lang talaga client, si bride and groom, hindi mo lang siya, alam mo, ang client mo rin, the parents, the guests, are they going to be happy with what you are doing? But don't be too hard on yourself. Wag masyadong mabigat ikaw para sa sarili mo because you really can't please everybody. Again, your intention is your edge because if you know that you have done your best, your intention will actually make you feel like you have done your best or you will do your best. So kami sa team, lagi namin ina-apply yun. Pagtapos na tong event na to, there'd be no going back, and this is a fresh start. And review tayo before the event actually starts para maiwasan natin, no, yung mga pagkakamali before. So it's really a good practice talaga for teamwork, on patience too. Mag-event ka para sobrang mapagpasensya kang tao. That's my advice.
Yes, tama yun.
Totoo.
At yung meron nag-chat sa akin.
Okay.
Natutuwa siya sa inyo or na-inspire po siya sa inyo kasi nare-reach niyo yung goal nyo at yung passion nyo, yung gusto nyo at nabubuhay kayo kung saan talaga kayo masaya. Kung saan ka talaga masaya. And ano po masasabi nyo dun sa mga aspiring na yun, mga mag-bake, gumawa ng mga sweets, for them na ma-boost yung confidence nila to pursue their dream, to pursue their passion. Kasi minsan meron tayo mga gusto mag-bake, gusto gumawa ng mga cakes, ganyan. Pero iba yung natutungo nilang landas kasi yun nga merong pumipigil sa passion nila at sa kasayahan nila. Ano po masabi niyo?
Ang bagal.
Okay. Are we good? Are we good? Or are we gonna...
Hello?
Okay. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes po. Malinaw po ba?
Okay. Yes, malinaw. All right. Kate, how about you?
Wala, may problem ata si partner sa internet connection. Baka umuulan. Oh.
Okay. Kate, hi. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Internet connection.
It's okay. Okay.
Data lang. Pero, where did we stop? I'm so sorry. Ayun. I guess,
Ewan ko, narinig mo ba, Ate Faye, yung yung...
Yes.
Sige po, you can answer the question ako.
Okay. So in everything that you do kasi talaga, sa totoo lang guys, in everything that you do, nagbe-bake ka, nag-host ka, pumapasok ka sa opisina, alam mo yon, everything that you do basically, you're giving your heart to it. Binibigay mo yung puso mo dyan. The Lord knows and the universe knows. Pag binibigay mo yung heart niya, it rewards you in a different way. And I guess, I am just being rewarded because the universe and the Lord knows na nandito talaga yung heart ko. It is not just about, you guys, it is not just about being hardworking. It is not just about being kind. It's not just about, alam mo yun, it's actually giving your heart to it. Kasi, ang pinakamahirap talaga when you go to something, into something, is being half-hearted. When you are half-baked, that's how they call it, it's almost impossible for you to be successful. So kung ano ang papasukin mo, you really have to give your heart. Hindi ko nasasabihin 100% lang para mas may bigat sa inyo. When you are going through something, you want to start baking, you want to start with your own business, you have to give your whole heart because the heart endures. Kung ano man yung mga pagdadaanan nyo, the heart is the strongest ally. Because the heart endures everything. It is capable of having the pain. It is capable of having the happiness. It is capable of having failures. The heart is very much ready kung ano man ang gusto mong mangyari. So you have to give your heart.
Yes. So, ayan. Sana kung nanonood ka man, sana na naliwanagan ka sa sinasabi ni ate. And alam ko namang may inspire ka at malalampasan mo yung yung pagsubok mo na yan na kinakaharap mo. Ayan. So,
Go.
medyo ano po si Ate Kate ngayon, inaayos ang kanyang connection, but tuloy lang muna tayo. So guys, if you have questions, ayan, ilagay nyo lang po dyan. I-drop nyo lang po sa ating comment section and babasahin ko. Sorry, hindi ko siya mapa-flash dahil ako rin, ay hindi ako host dito. So, ayun na, bumalik na ata siya. Hi!
Ayan.
Welcome back. Okay.
Okay,
Ayan.
so
Sige,
I'm not
partner.
sure if ayan. Okay, so again, thank you so much, Ate Faye, for sharing your insights with us. We learned a lot from you. And of course, before we let you go, gusto ko lang din batiin din lahat ng mga nagko-comments pa kasi ang dami-daming humahabol at gusto kang batiin. Ito po. Ito from Marian de la Serna. Thank you sa pag-plug. Thelma Acaba. Thelma
Hello,
Acaba Aranas.
Ate.
She is watching you
Yeah.
right now. And here, Miss Diana
Hello.
Rose Kizon Aruna. So, super nakaka-proud ka talaga,
Ate.
Real Faye Kita Acaba. And kitang-kita talaga mo. Congrats. Mapapasana all ka
Mapapasana
talaga.
all.
Kaya madaming blessing na dumadating sa'yo. Ayan.
Thank you, Ate.
Ayun. We're very grateful po to have you here sa isa sa mga shows ng VG8 Radio. And we hope na makasama ka rin namin ulit soon sa iba namin pang shows here on VG8.
Yes.
Ayan.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you actually, guys, for having me here. You know, every time I am being given a chance to speak, I have promised the Lord that I will be speaking of my love for Him and my love for my family and for all the people that actually helped me to become where I am. So thank you for this platform, Brian and Kate. Thank you for inviting me here, and I'm very much happy that I hope we had a fruitful conversations talaga. We are very happy. Nakita ko ang dami nagko-comment. Naku, maraming salamat talaga sa mga nanood na mga friends and family members. Sa totoo lang, yung 25 na yung pamilya ko pa lang yan. Ganun talaga sila kalaki, guys. Ang family ko. Kaya kahit anong start ko talaga, palaging marami agad. Kasi nga, they are number one, talaga sila, supporter and fans. So yes, do you have any more questions, Kate and Brian, before we call it a day?
Not naman so far. Thank you so much po, Ate Faye. Na-cover naman lahat ng mga curious questions namin. Ito, last na. Ito, bumabate from Ella. She's a fellow Lasallian. Masarap talaga ang Fedici cakes. Order na po kayo. Ayan, pa-plug.
Order na kayo, guys. Alam nyo, before we end, it's just Fedici, ganyan. Well, when we reached our 4th month or 3rd month ata, I rented a kitchen. It's a big kitchen. I rented a kitchen. I bought another ref, a freezer. I rented a hub in Manila. Kasi alam kong dadami yung blessings. So before we, of course, end this, I just want to say that whatever you aspire to become, you have to really prepare yourself. When the universe and the Lord sees that you're already prepared, then He will really outpour the blessings sa'yo. And that's what I did. Ngayon na marami na yung blessings, marami na yung orders, we already have our very own kitchen. It's big enough to actually accommodate all orders. And we have a hub in Manila that actually made us more connected to the people in the metro. So it's really preparing yourself for the blessings. And every day we come closer to our breakthrough. So that's it. Thank you, guys.
Wow. Sana makaabot yan dito sa Bataan.
Go! Kung pwede talaga ibiyahe ang cheesecake, go! Sa Bataan.
Ay naku, nawala na naman ako, Ate Faye. Grabe. Nakakaloka yung internet. Nasasad ako. Ayun,
Ano ang
anyway.
internet connection mo? Gusto po mag-plug. Ano ang internet connection mo? Diyos ko, okay lang
PLDT,
yan.
baka.
Hindi kasi tayo kasing ganda ni Liza Soberano. Konti lang kasing maganda tayo. Dapat ata sobrang ganda natin para maganda ang
Ah,
connection.
Oo
para
nga.
mabilis.
Correct.
Anyway, Ate Faye, na super nag-enjoy po talaga kami and sobrang saya namin kasi sobrang galing mo din. I mean, address mo lahat ng questions and ang daming insights, ang dami naming natutunan kasi kami ni Brian, gusto rin namin maging kasing successful mo sa field ng events and we also look forward to working with you
Yes.
in the future. So,
Yes.
congratulations sa success po ninyo, sa team ninyo, sa Fidici, sa Moments and Milestones, at sa kung ano pang mga projects na meron kayo in the future. I'm sure lahat yan magpo-pull off kasi ikaw yung nagli-lead. Ayan. Thank you so much,
Amen
Ate
to
Faye.
that.
And ayun, we're very happy po talaga. Yun talaga yung sobrang nararamdaman namin yun na umapaw ang happiness. At pati yung mga voice mates namin, nakasama namin sa VG8 Radio, sobrang na-appreciate nila kasi ang galing-galing mo talagang speaker. Oh my
Ay,
God.
thank
And we're very
you.
happy na
Super,
nag-yes
super.
kayo sa amin.
You know, Kate ha,
Ayun.
talaga.
Thank you so much, ate.
Okay.
Yes po.
Sige, kasi baka hindi matapos, madaldal ako guys. Itigil na natin to kasi marami pa akong sasabihin.
Okay
Sabi ko
mo,
nga sa
ate.
inyo, hindi kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo kahit 24 hours talaga, na-try ko yun. 24 hours ng salita. Na sila na lang napagod sa akin. So again, thank you. Thank you pa. Malay mo sa mga nanonood, baka meron pa kaming second time dealing with another question,
Yes.
diba? With a set of ano talaga, scenarios probably. So, thank you, PrompTalk. I'm very happy to be here.
Thanks, ate. I'm sure marami ka pa rin gagawin and we won't, take your time. Ayan. So, thank you very much at sa lahat
Thank
ng
you
mga
po ulit.
sumuporta sa'yo at nanood.
Okay, bye guys!
ate. See you soon.
Bye!
Bye!
Ayan.
Ayun na nga,
So,
Brian.
maraming salamat.
There you go! Oh my God! Grabe,
Maraming
no?
salamat po sa
Natapos.
mga nanood. So, mag-shoutout lang ako ng konti, no? Yung sa mga, mga
Oo.
TV broadcasters ko from Bataan National High School, Senior High School. So, si Nadi, si Marwell, si Pamela, ayan. Yung mga nanonood din yan kasi they really want to be one of us sa pagganto, sa paggamit ng ating boses to inspire other people and to be proactive in empowering the youth and the community to become an informed society. Ayan. Maraming salamat po sa lahat na nag-share at nakatutok pa rin at nakakapit hanggang sa ngayon, di ba? Hindi tayo nawala sa 20 na viewers, 20 pataas na viewers. Andun tayo, na-stick tayo sa 20 pataas and we are very thankful for that and we promise you na magbibigay kami ng mga mas magaganda or magagandang mga line-up ng ating mga guests sa mga susunod na linggo na ang PrompTalk. Partner?
That's right.
Meron ka bang gustong sabihin? Oh,
no.
nawala si partner.
And back. Ayun. Sabi ko pa naman nag-beg ako, PLDT, ano na. Pero anyway, ayun na nga. Ang nakakuha ko dun sa huli mong sinabi, Brian, ay meron pa tayo mga susunod na mga magagaling na speakers. Grabe, no? From last time, we had M.A. Buendia and tonight naman si Ate Mariel Faye Kita Akaba and excited na rin kami introduce sa inyo yung next speaker namin pero hindi pa namin sasabihin yan right now. Abangan ninyo na lang talaga. Dito yan sa Prompt Talk. Every other Saturday yan. Pero other than Prompt Talk, we have lots of shows here on VG8 Radio na you can tune into. Just please go to our Facebook page, VG8 Radio. At manood kayo ng mga shows namin. Mondays to Sundays, meron yan. At ayun na nga, bago magtapos ang gabing ito, of course, i-shoutout muna natin yung mga nagpapa-shoutout sa ating comment section dito. And hello to Ven by Santos. Pa-shoutout po ang Isabella's Honey. Hello
Hello
to,
po.
ayan, sa Isabella's Honey. Good luck to your business. Ayan, ito pa, again, would like to remind you guys to, of course, support Ate Faye's business, Fedici. Please go to their Facebook, Instagram. You can follow them, and guys, super sarap talaga ng cakes nila, and ang dami mga testimonials na nagsasabi talaga na sobrang sarap talaga ng fake cakes nila. At
Yes, sana all
ito,
natikman na.
ayan, go order ka na. Go order ka na, partner.
Layo
Ang layo ba? Kaya nila yan, Char. Pero, Ate Faye, kung nandyan ka pa, padalhan na ng Bataan. Nagdi-deliver ba ang Fedici sa Bataan? Parang layo. Ito, may mga nag-greet sa atin kanina. Si Nikos. Woohoo! Go, Kate and Brian.
Hi!
Hello, Nikos!
Hi, voicemail.
Meron pa. Hello to John Carlo Del Mundo. Good evening sa'yo, John Carl Del Mundo. Sana nag-enjoy kang panoorin kami ngayon at sana panoorin mo pa kami sa mga susunod namin mga episodes. Ayan.
Oo nga. Ayan. So, I guess wala nang tayong mga comments pa. We can conclude na for this this day.
Oo nga, kailangan na rin natin magpahinga. Brian, ba't ka natatawa?
Wala lang, wait lang, magbabago lang ako ng background.
Sige, mag-change of scenery ka na. Ayan, sige, go. Ay, taray, asan ka?
Kamaya Coast. Nandito ako sa Kamaya Coast.
At gusto ko yung may dala-dala mo pa rin yung upuan mo dyan sa bago.
Oo, dito pa rin siya.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Good night. And of course, thank you to Creative Voices Productions, Creative Sound Studios, Voice from Home, and the Voice Master channel. Thanks also to Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez, the Voice Master, for giving us the platform to share our expertise, our knowledge. Ito na nga, dahil dito, mas nakakakilala tayo ng mga very inspiring, empowering na tao kaya ni Ate Faye. And of course, we hope that all of you guys who are watching us tonight will support our future mga shows and mga upcoming pa na mga paparating na mga activities here on Creative Voices Productions.
Yes, and sana partner, kung may mga nanonood pa rin ngayon, kung meron kayong gustong maging guest, i-drop nyo lang siya ngayon dyan sa comment section. Titignan namin mamaya,
yes,
then we'll try to contact them and to invite them to be one of the guests here sa PrompTalk, and malay nyo sa mga susunod na episodes ay sila na yung makita nyo nakausap namin dito.
Oo. Ariana Grande daw, Char. International pala yung mga gusto nila, no?
Hindi natin kaya.
BTS, ganon. Ayan, hinay-hinay lang sa mga recos ninyo. Pero, babasahin namin yan. At, maraming salamat sa mga voicemates na tumutok sa amin tonight. Sana marami kayo natutunan as much as many as, yung mga natutunan din namin ngayon. And, ayun na, good night and have a great weekend then. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. At ayun na nga, good night. Wala na akong masabi. Sa internet namin eh.
Just follow us sa aming mga social media accounts. I am by Brian Voice. And ewan ko kay a partner kung Delicate Voice ba nakalagay sa kanyang Facebook. Tama ba?
Oo nga pala. Promote, no? Ayun. Please do like my Facebook page. It's Delegate Voice. Kate the Very Events host, voiceover artist. On Instagram, I'm at Kathleen Dev. And I'm also on TikTok. Paminsan-minsan. Ayun.
Ayan. So ako naman, by Brian Voice sa Facebook, sa YouTube, sa TikTok, and sa Kumu. Ayan. So follow nyo na po kami. And if you want, kung gusto nyo mag-message sa amin, message nyo lang kami para mag-suggest ng mga And don't forget to like the VG8 Radio, no? Paki-like po ang Facebook page ng VG8 Radio, and to follow na rin ang aming Creative Voices Productions, ang Certified Voice Artist Program, si Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez, the Voice Master, and Don't forget din na manood ng ibang mga palabas dito sa VG8 Radio. And if
Ayan, ang
you're
dami
18 to 30 years old, ayan, plug ko na rin dito, if you want to be one of the youth casters of the Voice of the Youth
yes.
Network, every Saturday 3 to 5 p.m. just message me at Brian Voice sa aking Facebook page or sa Voice of the Youth Network if you're interested na maging isang youth caster, online youth caster around the Philippines from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Ayun na nga, ang dami na naming reminders na panoorin nyo at subaybayan ng mga shows ng VG8 Radio. Hindi ko na mabilang kung ilang sa amin sinabi yun. Pero supportahan nyo po kami. At ito na nga, may pahabol pa si John Carlo Del Mundo. Thanks, Ate Kate. You're welcome. Thank you for watching us. Ayun na nga. That's it. Thank you so much for watching PrompTalk, where we encourage you to think and go beyond trends. See you next Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
2020 is the year of disruption. Just when we were all gearing for the new decade, 2020 disrupted our plans big time. We saw our lives and everything else come to a halt. Institutions that we thought were invincible all came crashing in just a few months or even weeks. The coronavirus, the unseen enemy, has invaded our lives, breaking down everything that we held on to, everything that was precious to us. The lives that we had carefully built over the years were torn to pieces in just a snap of a finger. Uncertainty filled the air, panic drove our anxiety, while hopelessness pervaded our hearts. We wondered, what does tomorrow hold for us? Our lives may have been disrupted, but we are still standing nonetheless. This pandemic may have brought us to our knees, but it has also made us stronger than we have ever been. And it is paving the way for our transformation, because 2020 is the year of new beginnings. It is the year where the slate has been wiped clean so we can all have a fresh start.